was installed for the Leopard 2A6M to mount them. After an initial assessment of the performance of the Leopard C-2 in Afghanistan, Canada decided to invest in Leopard 2 tanks. It was determined that the lack of adequate air conditioning, essential in the searing heat of Afghanistan, was degrading the tank crew's war-fighting ability. 20. The Army later downplayed this factor, citing increased armor protection and the main gun armament as reasons for upgrading to the Leopard 2. 21. After some public speculation, Canadian Defence Minister Honourable Gordon O'Connor clarified the situation in April 2007. 22. To meet immediate needs in Afghanistan, 20 of the Bundeswehr's stock of Leopard 2A6S were upgraded to 2A6M standard and loaned to Canada at no cost by the German government. 2 Leopard 2 Buffalo armored recovery vehicles were acquired at the same time. These vehicles were shipped from Germany to Afghanistan, with the first arriving on the 16th of August 2007. 23. For the long term, Canada plans to replace the borrowed Leopard 2 tanks with a purchase of 100 surplus vehicles from the Netherlands, including 20 Leopard 2A6MS for combat service, 40 Leopard 2A4S for training, and 20 support vehicles, such as armored recovery vehicles, bridge layers and armored engineer vehicles. The older Leopard C-2 tanks were considered completely obsolete by 2015, but specific plans for them have not yet been announced. Until deployment with the Canadian forces in Afghanistan, the Leopard 1C2 had never seen active combat. 24. In February 2018, Canada attempted to sell the surplus Leopard 1C2 tanks to the Jordanian Armed Forces. In July, it was announced that the plan to sell the older Leopard tanks to Jordan fell through, and the Canadian Department of National Defence has yet to decide what to do with the surplus vehicles. 25. Daniel Lebothilia, a spokesperson for the Canadian Department of National Defence, said the last option would be to destroy the tanks. 26. As of November 2021, no buyer was found for the Canadian Army's Leopard 1C2 tanks. About 45 retired Canadian Army tanks will soon be used for target practice at the Cold Lake Air Weapons Range. 27. 28. A Vegreville, Alberta company, Quest Disposal and Recycling Incorporated, was contracted to repurpose them to be used for target practice at Cold Lake Air Weapons Range, and the tanks were at the company's site being processed in December 2021. 29. Denmark. A Danish Leopard 1A5DK at the Stevnsfortet Museum in 1976. Denmark acquired 120 Leopard 1A3 tanks, which were designated Leopard 1DK. Delivery was completed in 1978. In 1992, Denmark acquired another 110 1A3 tanks, partly through Conventional Forces Europe Treaty AFV reduction requirements. These tanks were upgraded to Leopard 1A5DK, along with first 120 Leopards. Being fitted with the welded turret of the Leopard 1A3, the Danish Leopard 1A5DK tanks were noted identical to the German Leopard 1A5, which were fitted with the cast turrets. Denmark had 230 Leopard 1A5DKs in service from 1993, until their retirement and complete replacement by the Leopard 2A5DK tanks in 2005. These Leopards were involved in one of the most important engagements in modern Danish military history, which became known as Operation Blebank. Denmark was the only Scandinavian country to send a significant tank force to support their peacekeeping operations in Croatia and Bosnia. On the 29th of April, 1994, near the city of Tuzla, 7 Danish Leopard 1A5 tanks were involved in a skirmish between UNPROFOR's Nordic Battalion, Nordbat 2, and Bosnian Serb military forces from the EKOE Brigade. The tanks were sent out to relieve a Swedish manned observation post that had come under ambush fire by the Bosnian Serb forces. Upon the tanks' arrival at the observation post, they were shelled by mortar fire and anti-tank rockets, which led the UN-marked and white-painted Leopard 1 of 5 tanks to return fire. No casualties were suffered by Swedish observation post nor the Danish tank. Serbian casualties were estimated as high as 150 soldiers. This is believed to be the first hostile engagement involving the Leopard 1 tank. 30. The Danish army had /has the following variants: 120 Leopard 1 of 3, 1976 to 1993, all upgraded into 1 of 5. 230 Leopard 1 of 5, 1993 to 2005, 120, from 1976, plus 110 new of 5. 16 Berger ARV, 1993 to 2011, all upgraded into FFG Wisents, 10 ARV plus 6 AEV, 10 FFG Wisent ARV, 2011 present. 4 FFG Wisnet AEV Mine Clearing Vehicle, 2011 present. 2 FFG Wisent AEV, 2011 present. 10 Bibber AVLB, 1994-2023. 6 Driving School Cabin, 1976. Greece. An ex-Greek Leopard 1V at Military Museum Leni, Greece bought its first 104 Leopard 1 of 3 GR tanks during 1983-1984. They are actually Leopard 1 of 3S, but came with an EMS-12 of 3 FCS and some other modifications required by the Greek army at that time. During 1992, the Greek army received a batch of 75 Leopard 1 of 5 as offsets for the construction of 4 Mako 200 frigates. Some months later, Greece received another batch of 170 Leopard 1V and 2 Leopard 1 of 5 from the Royal Netherlands Army. The Leopard 1V is actually an 1 of 1 of 4 with an EMS-12 of 3 AFSL2 FCS. From 1998 until 2000, Greece bought 192 used Leopard 1 of 5s as offsets for the upgrade of the Greek F-4 aircraft in Germany in a symbolic price. In 2001, the Greek army decided to upgrade 104 Leopard 1 of 4 GR and 120 Leopard 1V to the A5 Plus version, costing $234 million. The program was cancelled because Greece received a batch of 150 Leopard 1 of 5s along with the newly built Leopard 2 of 6 Hell. As of 2011, Greece is the largest user of Leopard 1 tanks, having over 500 Leopard 1 of 5 GRMBs as well as many ST, Bibber and Legan versions. Italy. An Italian Leopard 1 of 5 in 2008. Italy had to replace an enormous amount of M47 pattern, with over 2,000 received from US stocks, but unlike other NATO members did not instigate a national project to achieve this. Its army, not entirely satisfied by the M60 pattern, 300 delivered, of those 200 were produced by Automelera, placed its first order for the Leopard 1 in 1970. 200 Leopard 1 of 1 and 69 Bergepanzer 2 were delivered between 1971 and 1972. The vehicles replaced the M47 in the Italian Army's Cavalry Brigade Pozzuolo del Friuli. A further 600 Leopard 1 of 2 and 67 Bergepanzer 2 were built in Italy by Automelera with deliveries starting in 1975, with a second batch of 120 built by Automelera between 1980 and 1983. All-Italian-built Leopards were a 2, but without stabilizer and skirts. The 201s originally bought from Germany were partially upgraded lately at this standard. 40 Pioneer Leopard, AEV, 9 school, 4 drivers, without armament, and 64 Bibber, AVLB, were ordered in 1985. 12 of the Pioneer Leopard were reproduced in Germany and 28 by Otto Mellera in Italy. All of the Bibber were assembled by Otto Mellera in Italy. By the end, Italy was the biggest customer of the Leopard outside Germany with 920 plus 250 special versions, the only one with a license production, and the only country that produced both the M60 and Leopard 1. The Leopard was the basis for Italian MBTs and heavy artillery systems, starting with Leone/Lion and the following of 40, leading to other developments like the Palmaria and OTOMATI artillery systems, both on and of 40 hull. 31. The experience made possible the development of the C-1 air riot, after the Italian Army decided in 1984 to have a new national tank, rather than buying 300 Leopard 2s. 32. At the end of the Cold War, the Italian Army began an upgrade and a downsizing of its armored units. A number of Leopards were retired in 1991, along with its fleet of M60 tanks. In 1995, Italy bought 120 A5 surplus turrets from the Bundeswehr, which were mounted on the same number of reworked A2 hulls. These tanks took part in the various peacekeeping missions in the Balkans, never seeing action. The last A1/A2 was retired in 2003, with the last A5 going in 2008, leaving the Ariete as the sole tank in Italian service. The AEVs, ARVs, and AVLBs have been reduced in number and some have been modified to work with the Ariete. They are stated to serve for some more years, as no replacement has been selected yet. Lebanon and Belgium finalized the transfer of 43 Leopard 1A5 tanks to the Lebanese armed forces in a deal worth €3.5 million, which also includes a number of ex-Belgian APCs. 33, 34. The purchased ex-Belgian APCs include 16 AIFV BC-25S and 12 M113 armored ambulances. In 2008 a sale of 43 Leopard 1A5B to Lebanon was concluded, but as of 2018 was not finalized due to the absence of licensing for export from Germany. 35, 36, 26, Turkey. The Turkish army upgraded its Leopard 1 tanks to a version called the Leopard 1T Vulcan. The modernization program included the serial production and integration of the Vulcan fire control system developed by Aselsan. 37. The new indigenous system provides the capability of detecting the targets in daylight or at night in all weather conditions and combat environments. It significantly increases the first-round hit probability on the move and also improve the usage life over 20 years. 38, 39. Current operators. Brazil 128 Leopard 1Bs and 250 Leopard 1A5S. Chile 202 Leopard 1VS. Greece 501 Leopard 1A5GR and 19 Leopard 1A4GR in service. Some of the remaining 85 Leopard 1A4GR and 170 Leopard 1V/INL have been converted to support vehicles or have been used for parts. The rest will be scrapped. Turkey 170 A1S and 227 A3S were bought. A1S upgraded to Leopard 1T Vulcan. 40, 41. Current specialist variant operators. Denmark 230 Leopard 1A5DK, replaced with Leopard 2. Only 10 ARVs, Wisent, 6 AEVs, based on Wisent, and 10 AVLBs, Bibber, remain in service. Estonia 2 AVLBs, 5 AEVs and 4 ARVs in service. Finland 16 Leopard 1S as engineer and evacuation tanks. Indonesia 3 AEVs and 3 AVLBs in service. 42, 43. Italy 920, plus 250 special versions, retired by the end of 2008, replaced by a Riot main battle tank. The AEVs, ARVs and ABLVs remain in service. Netherlands 468 originally, replaced by Leopard 2. Only ARVs, BARVs and bridge layers remain in service. United Kingdom 4 Leopard 1A5 hulls have been adapted through extensive modification to create the Hippo Beach Armored Recovery Vehicle. Ukraine, 30 anti-aircraft guns Leopard and 10 Bergepanzer II ARV were delivered to Ukraine by Germany. At least 5 more ARVs, 16 Bibber bridge layers and 5 armored engineering vehicles DACs were promised to be delivered in the future. The first Bergepanzer II arrived in Ukraine at an unknown date. 44, 45, 46. Former operators. Australia 71, 90 Leopard 1A4s were originally delivered as Leopard as-1, later upgraded, and since replaced by 59 M1A1 Abrams from the US. Belgium 132 Leopard 1A5, B.S. 334 originally, all are going to be replaced by 21 Moig Piranha 3 with a 90mm cannon. 47. Canada 66 Leopard C2S, Leopard C1S updated to Leopard 1A5. The Leopard C2 was in active service until 2015 and replaced with Leopard 2S. Original order was for 114 Leopard C1 tanks, equivalent to Leopard 1A3 with laser rangefinder, received 1978-79. Germany 2,437 originally. They were replaced by the Leopard 2. The remaining Leopard 1 tanks are in long-term storage for resale. Norway 172 originally, replaced by Leopard 2. The final remaining Leopard 1A5 were decommissioned in 2011 after a ceremony marking 42 years of service. 48. ARVs and bridge layers remain in service. Future operators. Ukraine on the 25th of April, 2022, it was reported that Rheinmetall sought to export 88 Leopard 1A5 tanks to Ukraine in response to the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine. 49. However, the deal fell through in part due to a lack of available ammunition and the refusal of the NATO Leopard 1 operators to supply it. 50. In February 2023, the German government approved the delivery of Leopard 1 tanks from industrial stock, as soon as they were repaired. Yet, there is still a problem with supplying munition for them. Brazil has a huge stock of it, but until that point, President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has so far refused to pass it on to Ukraine. 51. Other manufacturers of 105mm tank ammo for Leopard 1 include Nexter, 52, and Make. 53. Denmark sold their last 99 Leopard 1A5 tanks to the German defense company FFG in 2010. But on the 2nd of February, 2023 it was reported that the Danish government was negotiating to buy some back and donate them to Ukraine. 54, 55. FFG said 20 tanks could be prepared within 3 months and an additional 20 in 6 months. 54. Additionally, on the 3rd of February, 2023 it was reported that Germany approved the export of the 88 Leopard 1A5 tanks from Rheinmetall to Ukraine. 56, 57. See also. Leopard 2. Flakpanzer Leopard. Tanks of comparable role, performance and era. AMX-30, French main battle tank.
Yes, let's stop.
T-62, Soviet main battle tank.
Yes, stops in 20 seconds. It's 8 p.m. evening. And I will charge my camcorder, then I'll read about the American M1 Abrams tomorrow. Let's do that. Let's stop the video.